Nike just sent me the Air Max Dn8. This is the new shoe that is set to debut very soon. So I'm excited to unbox these and show you guys all the styles, cuts, and details because these things are crazy. So looking at the lid right here, you have an all black top with the white Nike swoosh, and then going to the sides of the box in the front end, you have your Air Max branding with these metallic stripes and the matte black stripes. And that's the same thing here on the side of the box with the Air Max branding. And then on the back, you have the Dn8 with the swoosh, and then your 8 bubbles right here, 4 in the front, 4 in the back, which we'll get into that in a second. Now lifting open the lid, you have this paper with this all over print, and throughout the paper it's going to be different images of the sneaker, and you have numbers 1 through 8, dynamic air. You have images of the air units that are inside the shoe, and this pair in particular came with this special card in all black and pink. It says Air Max Unreal Motion powered by 8 Air Max Dn8 at the bottom of that. And then on the back end of the card, it says Air Max Dn8. We know you like to stay ahead, so this time we're meeting you there with some added cushion. You're powerful, dynamic, and on the move, just like the Dn8. The future is in motion. We're thrilled to live in it with you. So again, shout out to the homies over at Nike for sending this pair over. Now let's go ahead and crack these things open. Peeling back the paper, you got the shoe. Oh, you got the shoe. Oh yeah, and if you didn't know by now, my name is DJ, and this is the DNA Show. Now before we get to breaking down all the details of this beautiful sneaker, you know we gotta go over the history first. Kicking it all the way back to the 80s with the Nike Air Max 1, originally designed by Tinker Hatfield. This became a staple sneaker over the years, and this colorway in particular could potentially be one of the greatest sneakers of all time. We have seen a ton of different Air Max models and colorways over the years, literally hundreds, maybe even thousands. And every year they love to introduce a new model. So instead of going Air Max 1, Air Max 2, Air Max 3, Air Max 4, they decided to go with the years, like the Air Max 90 releasing in 1990, and then over the years we've seen different collaborations, for example like this with the Atmos collab. There's a rich history when it comes to Air Maxes around the entire world, and trust me when I tell you, there's countries that prefer Air Maxes over certain Nikes or even Jordan models. Back in 2014 on March 26, Nike decided to come up with the Air Max Day, and since then we have seen a ton of cool releases over the years as well. Now with Air Max Day coming up soon, it's always a good time for Nike to launch a new product, and this is why we'll see different colorways of the Air Max Dn8 releasing in February and March. Last year was the Air Max Dn, and this shoe took over the game. We saw so many people loving and rocking this shoe over the past year, and as you can see, there are definitely a lot of similarities between these two shoes. Whether it's the 4 bubbles on the back end of the foot, or even the similarities to the outsoles, you can definitely see how they took inspiration from the Dn and brought the Dn8 to life. If you guys want to see a full in-depth comparison between the Dn8 and the Dn, let me know down below in the comment section. Starting with the outsole, you're gonna have a mixture of 3 different types of colors, kind of like this navy, or I would say smoky kind of black right here, and that's going to be semi-translucent on the center of the foot. That's also, the outsole is kind of similar to the Dn, and then you're going to have these 4 red pods right here on the outside of the foot, and then the 4 red pods right here on the inside of the heel. Now looking at the center of the outsole, you're going to have this Dn with the Air branding just below that, and your yellow and black. And then going up to the midsole, you're going to have a very soft foam right here with a nice little texture, and then some more flat lines going up throughout the side of the foot, with 5 small dashes here on the front end of the toe on the outside and inside of the foot as well. Now when it comes to the inspiration of why the shoe is called the Dn8, because it has 8 different tubular air units built in inside of the foot. So you're gonna have an air unit in the back end with 4 here, and then another air unit on the front end with 4 here, and that kind of goes back to the 8 orange dots like we saw on the box as well. Now when it comes to the top end of the foot, you're gonna have a mixture of kind of like 3, maybe 4 different materials, with a TPU, a mesh, and more of a felt like material here around the lacing area. Although the sneaker is covered in pink, it definitely has different shades and tones to it based off of the materials as well, so it kind of helps give that separation and design element to the sneaker. And I'm excited to see all the colorways that they decide to come out with these. But again, I'm not mad if I seen all yellow, all blue, all green, all purple, whatever it may be. I think that would look clean as well. But don't get me wrong, this might be kind of dope if they took this colorway and added it to this shoe. I get it, it's kind of weird because it's like this colorway is its own colorway for this model, but at the same time, this is the TN, so it's close. These come standard with a pair of pink laces, and on the front end right here, you have a little black swoosh, and then you have 2 little gray hits right here on the outside and inside of the foot. And with the flash on my camera, it looks like it's a little 3M touch, so I like that as well when it comes to the subtle details. Now looking at the tongue, you're gonna have a nice mesh all all throughout the tongue area with more of a rubbery feel right here on the top end, and that's going to say Air Max in all black. And on the inside of the collar and the sock liner, they're all going to be covered in that same pink color as well. Now when it comes to the insoles, we talk about Air Maxes, we talk about comfort, we got to see what material they used on the insoles. Now with these ones in particular, it's going to be a Durapontex insole, and for the most part that's pretty comfortable, but at the end of the day you have so much air underneath your foot in the front and the back end, so as you transition your weight when you're walking or you're in a certain movement, you're going to feel that air and cushioning virtually throughout your entire foot. Now when I had these on, honestly they feel really comfortable, but what I can say is just based on the front end and the material that they're made out of, they do run a little narrow and a little tight. Now I have a 13, which is true to my size. Would I be interested in trying a 14? Yeah, but I don't think I would actually need a 14. I would say they run just a little snug. If I could get a 13.5, that probably would be great. So I would say if anything, consider trying them on before you purchase them. And if you're buying them online, maybe consider going a half size up, but again, it's kind of how your foot fits with the shoe. Everybody's foot is different, so that's kind of a choice for you to make. I'm just letting you know how they fit on my feet. Now going to the back end of the shoe is a nice clean touch as well. It's interesting because it kind of gives you that Kobe 6 vibe at the same time, but you got your Nike swoosh here in black, and then on the back end you have your Air Max Dn8 bubble with the branding here on the center of the heel. And overall, this is a very clean shoe. I'm excited to see all the fits and all the different colorways and all the energy that's set to come around this model in particular. And I know we see a lot of different Air Maxes come year after year, and some come and go, but I think this one might be one of the ones that sticks. Now I don't know about every single colorway, but one thing I can say is there's going to be some fire colorways out there similar to these that people are going to love, create memories with, and enjoy for a long period of time. And next thing you know, it might just be one of those iconic Air Max models that goes down in history. And no, I'm not saying that just to gas it up, because trust me, I don't like all the Air Maxes. I'm gonna tell you straight up which ones I like and which ones I don't. Now besides from what I like, I want to see what you guys think about the shoe as well. So I always post a poll on my Instagram story to see what everybody else thinks, whether it's fire or trash. So if you haven't already, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram so you can participate in the polls and see all the results here. Let's see what they said. Right now it says 53 to 47%. So it's a little bit more saying fire than trash, but I think a lot of people are on the fence simply because potentially the colorway on this one in particular, but also it's a new model, it's something different. People aren't sure yet, I get that. But I'm also very interested to see how people feel about this shoe once they get it in hand, once they see it on feet more often, once it's out there in the wild. I feel like these poll results are definitely going to change and probably be somewhere more around the 70 percentile when it comes to fire. So after seeing all that, more detailed shots of the shoe, on foot look, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. And is this a shoe that you plan on adding to your collection, your rotation, your daily rockers, whatever it may be? I'm very excited to add these to my rotation. I know the Vomero 5 is a big one too, but I have these in the hot pink. So to me, I'm like excited about this. I think these are dope. I love rocking hot pink shoes. The CDG Max 180 is another favorite of mine as well. So I'm definitely looking forward to putting a fit together with these. And if you guys want to see any more of the outfit videos, I'll be posting some here on the channel, my TikTok, and on Instagram. You can follow me on Snapchat too if you want to. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And again, if you guys want to see a comparison against the Air Max Dn, let me know and I'll give you guys the in-depth review, because there are a lot of similarities between these shoes as well.
I would never let you down, it's in my DNA. The only choice I like to make, what I'ma wear today. I would never let you down, it's in my DNA. The only